Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm your host, Veteran Mountain Man. And with today's news, I figure the only thing I should really be talking about is this set of suspicious packages that have been sent to all sorts of progressives today. Now, I condemn all acts of political violence, and I condemn package bombings completely. However, the timing on this seems really, really suspicious, because as of yesterday's early voting poll information, most of the states where Democrats were hoping to pick up election votes, they were being outvoted, in some cases up to 6, 7, 9 points. And this seems almost too convenient that this would happen. Now, some of the images going around Twitter show packages without validation stamps on the postage, and anybody looking at those will obviously note that you can't send a package through the mail without a validation stamp. So that leads to question, how were these things actually delivered? And that would indicate that somebody hand-delivered them, making it look like they had gone through the postal system. Now, also, most of the images I have been seeing of the explosive ordnance, it's very difficult to tell how they were set to trigger. Now, it could just be that the triggering mechanisms have been disconnected for safety purposes, but the trigger mechanisms aren't being shown, which would indicate to me that maybe these things were not actually set up to explode correctly anyway. Also, the devices are insanely crude. It almost looks like somebody had been watching CSU or CSI or NCIS and saw some information about somebody building a bomb and built it based off that TV show. Now, I hate to say it, but a lot of Hollywood is highly fictionalized. And what they show of building explosive devices, for the most part, you can't actually do it that way. You do need some additional things that they skip over, mostly because they just don't know any better, and the technical experts that they hire won't show them all the details simply to stop people from using that information for copycatting. Now, the Anarchist Cookbook is out there on the internet, and it does teach you how to make improvised explosive devices. There's also some old Army and Navy manuals which talk about field improvised explosive ordnance for use in combat zones. But most of that doesn't seem to have been used in the images that are being shared, because many of those actually have very advanced ordnance development techniques that create highly functional devices, and they probably would have gone off during the opening. Now, I'm honestly speculating at this point because I haven't gotten enough information from the AP and other sources yet to truly know what all was involved. And the Bible trigger mechanism, quote unquote, that was sent to the package to George Soros doesn't really state anything in how this was done, other than the fact that the person decided to use a Bible as the trigger. They could have honestly used any book if they actually developed a correct functional pressure trigger. But right now, I'm kind of dubious on that, because there are much better ways to set up an explosive ordnance than through a Bible bomb, such as this was designed. And many more effective ways if you really wanted to harm someone like this. Now, I'm not saying that whoever's doing this is a good person. In fact, they're a horrible person. I'm expecting that it's more than one person with the number of suspicious packages that have arrived in the past 72 hours. And likelihood it's a group of people working in unison. Whoever this is, I hope that we catch them. I hope that they are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And I'm hoping none of their devices or packages harm anyone. And that's coming straight from the mouth of a conservative YouTube host. I don't want to see anybody hurt by this. I don't care that I don't agree with these people on a political level or a societal level or on anything for the most part because of their extreme viewpoints. I still don't want to see them harmed in this fashion. Harming them politically, through rhetoric, through debate, through exposure of their ideas as horrible things, through the exposing of their crimes, this is all acceptable stuff to do. Physical violence has never been acceptable except as a last resort. And we are not at a last resort situation right here. In fact, we're actually winning. So it makes absolutely no sense to resort to violence at this point in time. It just denigrates our message to the same point of that of Antifa or By Any Means Necessary. Both groups I seriously condemn and want to see arrests made when they riot. I would expect the same thing from any right-wing group that tries to pull this shit, or any group claiming that they're right-wing. People have the right to their own lives. You don't have the right to take it arbitrarily. And we are not in a physical war here. We are in a cultural war, sure, but not a physical war, and that means it is not okay to escalate to physical violence. So, I hope you spread the word. I hope you speak with your friends. Please don't forget to get out and vote. Voting is very important. Do not let this October surprise obfuscate or damage the movement that is going on with the vote. We need to get people out. We need to get them to the ballot box. And we need to remove these progressives from office so that we can return America to a better state of liberty. Well, thank you all again for joining me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, or to thumbs up and subscribe to my BitChute channel if you're catching it there. Also, don't forget to check out my other social media sites down below, and check out my Redbubble and Teespring store, because I do all of this work pro bono. The only way I gather any kind of money from any of this is through you guys buying my swag. I'm hoping to release a new shirt here in the next few days, as well as some new other items, and hopefully I can get some new stuff coming up in the next few weeks as well. Thank you all again for joining me, and have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful day.